Hi, my precious friend. Welcome back to Above Abilities podcast. Let's get ready to learn about some budgeting techniques on how to use a little plastic thing, also known as a credit card, to start paying off your debt. Wait, what? Credit card pay off my debt? Haha, yes, you heard it right. I am so thrilled to discuss villain credit cards in this episode. Before any further dirt towards a credit card, I will show you how it can become your best friend and serve you very well. Serve you well? Yes, and even more, how the credit card can help you with paying off your debt, making your finances more rewarding. It will even thank you tangibly for your smart way of handling it. It's getting weird here, and I know. Stay tuned. So let's talk today about the famous and controversial topic of credit cards. How I changed my mindset and turned my credit card to work for me. I do not leave my house without it. Even being at home, it follows me everywhere I go. Grab a notebook and a magic pen to jot down 4 steps on how to use credit card to pay off debt. Don't forget to subscribe to Above Abilities podcast and connect with me on the website at aboveabilities.com. Are you ready? Let's get going! Are you hit with your child's disability diagnosis? How to afford medical bills, special equipment, therapies, caregivers, the list goes on. How about that car loan, a pile of credit cards, a mortgage? How to grasp such life around your head and remain sane? Hi, Diana Gallus here with Above Abilities podcast. I am a special needs mom, a Christian wife, a successful business owner, and a daughter of the King. I help special needs moms create wealth solutions through simple money systems I created to set you free from debt culture, money wasting, and ever-changing mode of currency and market volatility. If you're ready to say yes to financial freedom and exchange everything that hasn't worked for a plan that will, results that are undeniable like peace of mind, better sleep, improved mood, and more money in your pocket, this podcast is for you. Let the journey start. Looking back, any debt for me was a wicked and malicious thing ever created by humans. How is it even possible to see anything positive in any debt creation? Generally, people take on a debt involuntarily due to extreme situations, sickness, or inability to earn enough money just to go another day. That means giving up your independence and freedom of action and becoming submissive to the creditor, as you are obligated to adhere to the agreed upon terms for repayment with interest and within specified time frames. And when these time frames are missed or skipped for any reason, you are then obligated to a greater debt, more interest to pay. To get rid of credit card debt, we sold our house. This is how extreme I was. We built our new little house a few years later though, yes, with new construction loan. A house loan wasn't as crazy for me as a credit card debt, mainly because it was fixed. Credit cards are much more trickier and easier to be carried away by into expanding that land. I was happy in a new house, enjoying a low-interest, affordable 30-year term mortgage with considerably low monthly payments. I was on a cloud 9. My dreams came true. I was the owner of a new house with no credit card payments whatsoever. But It wasn't for a much longer time. It's always something with a husband. Yura, my husband, used to come home from work telling me stories about different radio shows he listened to while driving from work. One day he asked me if I knew anything about a credit card that pays you cash back for simply using it. No way, I thought. This is a really bad tactic to get me into credit cards. I was so resilient and stubborn that I would not even question or research the subject of credit cards. On another beautiful day, I received a phone call from a banker offering that very credit card deal with cash back and with 12 months of promotional, no interest monthly payment. No way, I thought. It was very tempting. For 1 whole year, zero interest. After much prayer and consideration, I decided to give a credit card a chance to indulge into a forbidden garden of my mindset. Now, after 20 years in a row, my credit card follows me everywhere I go. It truly became my magic wand. And yes, it still pays cash back every time I use it. So, how credit cards are used? Typically, credit cards are used as a convenient form of payment for various transactions such as family vacations, Christmas and birthday presents, furniture, clothing, home improvement, car repairs, dental and medical expenses, and everything else. There is nothing wrong with these transactions until the credit card statement comes in the mail with the monthly balance due, $408 worth of 5,000 purchases made. The instant logic works like this. Well, it's much lower than to pay $108 than 5,000 that I do not even have, not realizing that this low monthly payment includes a 26% more or less interest charge. Okay, it's not the end of credit card craziness. The other credit card offer comes in the mail with an even greater promotional 18 months with no interest charges. What do? You apply, get approved for another 5,000 credit, and off you go, right? And there is nothing wrong with this credit card until 18 months quickly pass by and you are hit with a $6,500 more or less payoff balance all of a sudden inflamed your 5,000. And yes, you think just like I used to. There is no good in anything but trouble with all those vile credit cards. It's better to stay away from them. Carry cash bags everywhere you go, or your checkbook, or maybe a debit card, making yourself an easy target for thieves and debit card fraud. Have you heard stories about cash envelopes, where you allocate cash for every budget item and carry it in paper envelopes? Can you imagine all the hassle of literally carrying cash bags with you when you shop? I would need a bodyguard for sure. Another mind-blowing tackle used by people by opening separate checking accounts for each budget item. Just imagine reconciling each account, then transferring money back and forth, and then allocating the rest. What a nightmare! There is much simpler way to play around. You will operate with only 2 accounts. One is your checking account, and the other one is your credit card account. That's it. Only 2 monthly statements. So what's the trick? How, instead of having credit card debt, pay off other debts with a credit card? I know this sounds awkwardly strange. Let's get to the bottom line of our famous monthly budget. Step 1. Look into your last month's bank credit card statements. Identify on your checking account bank statement all transactions that can be done using a credit card, taking into consideration essential and non-essential expenditures from episode 3. Make sure you're staying within your budget. I will have an episode on budgeting as well. Stay tuned. Step 2. Add all your expenses from your checking account and from your credit card statements for the month that can be put all on the credit card. This total amount becomes your new credit card limit. Step number 3. Open a credit card that pays you cash back for every transaction you make with your new credit card limit that you come up with in step 2. If you already have a credit card with cash rewards, then call the credit card provider and ask for a new credit limit amount that equals your new credit card limit in step 2. You are looking for a set credit card limit on a monthly basis that is your monthly budget. You will need to adjust your credit limit as you adjust your budget. This will keep you from overspending and within your reasonable limit in a safe, convenient way of smart and modern living. Step number 4. Pay off the credit card balance on a monthly basis, freeing a credit limit for your next month's expenditures, and enjoy your cash back. This is very important to pay off your credit card balance with a checking account. Remember that we operate only with these two accounts, checking and a credit card. Make sure the expenses that are on your credit card are budgeted into your cash flow and monthly household budget. See how the credit card can help you pay off your debt? We even built our second house with a credit card. You might ask, how in the world? The podcast episode on using credit cards to build your house is in the works. Stay tuned. Setting a credit limit to your budgeted expenses will ensure you stay within your limits. It's important to make sure you budget cash flows after paying off the credit card, so your remaining cash flow balance can be allocated to an emergency expense fund, debt reduction, Christmas fund, or to all of them. The use of a credit card when you manage it correctly is the safest way to prevent fraudulent activity in your finances. Many times, going through my credit card statement on a monthly basis, I discovered transactions that I did not originate. Simply by calling the credit card provider and raising the concern, every time my issue was resolved in my favor. It is very important to record all your daily transactions, checking account and credit card charges plus any cash payments in a daily expenses tracking system. Please visit my website at aboveabilities.com to have your 2024 daily expenses calendar emailed to you absolutely free. Allocate about 15 minutes of your evening routine to check your day's spending. Have monthly credit card revamp time. Take your husband on a date or find a quiet time within minimal distractions, preferably on a weekend. Total up your weekly expenses and compare to your monthly budget. You can take your monthly budget and divide it by 4 to come up with weekly. This way, you can compare your weekly actual to budgeted amounts. And as always, give yourself grace, adjust, review, discuss, and most and foremost, remember to dream big and imagine the unimaginable. Go and free up your money flow for life above abilities, where your dreams become your reality. Now is your turn. Get to work with organizing your credit card system. Contact me with any questions you might have. Home finances can be confusing but are so rewarding once you're on top of them. I would love to make it easier for you by hearing your thoughts and concerns. Write to me at dianagallas@aboveabilities.com. Visit my website at www.aboveabilities.com. Thank you for staying tuned to Above Abilities podcast with me today. If you like this episode, I will be so thrilled to read your 5-star review on Above Abilities iTunes podcast. I am truly blessed to serve exceptional moms like you because you are above able, above the crowd, with great purpose in your life. Until next time, Diana Gallas. My dear friend, I hope you found this episode insightful. I truly believe that a mom like you can be an inspiration to many others just by simply sharing this podcast, leaving the path of precious gems behind for those moms who are yet to find them. Would you share it with other ladies so they can also find a way to a meaningful, purpose-driven, debt-free life? Thank you for your dedication and hard work day in and day out, caring for your exceptional child's needs. Please know that you are a precious gem yet to be shined. Don't give up. Look above abilities. The best is yet to come. Until next time, Diana Gallas.